kumase yankuwa NPP ni yaba aban mu a yetimi yankuwa NPP ni yaba aban mu a yetimi adi adwene eba adi nkane bi kan ho ye ne ye obu power ananu yaba solar energy e wo kalo ye ne kokoye yankuwa NPP ni yaba aban mu a yetimi adi adwene eba adi nkane bi kan ho ye ne ye obu power ananu yaba solar energy e wo kalo ye ne kokoye yankuwa ne yaba aban ma he kumase yani yabaya angomaso more power supply station all those things and people na uya no wanya set of contemporary and that brother for mo kan kore no ma betina video so aha wo mani atwantura to akamfo ni asantifo so sa yewi anu mu dide no mo sanse bi wo mo te video so sa kan semfo
awusia we de ma menchia na memo wakwa ba na enyumre bo modern say obe like me video yi ede amame na afen so do adwenkyere ede aba na afen so wa share video no ama afoforo so nsan kabi ene ya dumso sa dan ene ya ebe nipa bebre no a ene de wono nsan etene NPP amonyokuyo so se wono ba ban mu 2017 na wono mu firi 2024 de pa ena wo mo eyefa anyina mahoden ho the NDC amonyokuyo no yo ye no a ebesi ne wono manfa 1 megawatt korampo en amfa anka ho se ye no kure se enya no kure mrane nkrabia ene bekire bra NPP amonyokuyo ba akonwa so no nyamianim no kware ndi se woye amonyosem eni bia obekata wani efre no kware ho nya sa pa dia wohwe niema hodo a na adodanko akufu ado wodi gu akwan mu enam so ma nyina mahodin timi gina na so a obeba wonum kra enipa bebre no a ena etimi akirechire mu onua miracle aboaje wanya daji akirechire mu pa de afa sa ensensemi ho enipa bebre no a ya no mani tue mu bia ebra na adodanko akufu ado okopa 15 megawatt Kalio solar power plant crampo no na nipa bebre no a ehune ne nso sa brede wo bono mpo ankwa abonten ama manfo entumi ehwe ne ye baba behwe sa commissioning of the 15 megawatt Kalio solar power we no podie na eye solar o a ya sekete ye de solar na gu nsuo so a etwe awie gidigide ye na me no kasai wo kompotamu a wonu munya sa adwumade ne mu kyefa enyina mahoden akoso mbo edundundundumi mpo hokora na bi nka wo mo fi se ho na wia ene wo ho pa awia ena ewo ho Kalio ene ne mpotamu de awia ne bo inti sa solar we ne eboa wo mu a he isumu ba ye wo mo nsankan bi da we ye de di kan kora na ebra no bra no de bomodian se obe like na obe follow me channel me yi video so a ye na nadodan ko akufa ni NPP wono mo hyase a wono mo se omo supply power e de aboa magana ye national grid no etumi akosoro we mpode mu keto 15 megawatt ayi mpode mu keto akora ye beba na ya ba behwe akese na ye ni kantie miracle aboaje wonchirichiri mu kakra wode bae na afesu so na nadodan ko akufa do e pass adwumadi ho ntoma no ya to ye boase na yatimi ahwe adwumadi ne pa like video yi share na for adwenchire nso bra
Abainwe has been overwhelmed from day one. Okay, say me catch you. You can say overwhelmed that you can't say any trick right saying. Afufrom. Eduma na kasa oboji and obi afufrom. To the extent that sector by sector, I say omo to wa ne pure musumpo film no mo yema show. And then they don't know what to do or how to go about it. And that is what it's beginning to reflect in every aspect of the Ghanaian life. Talk of cocoa, talk of teachers, talk of nurses, talk of public sector, civil servants, talk of electricity, talk of water. There are people in this country who since October 2025. We are aware. 2025 October. Everywhere. And the reason is the same. It is because Abainwe own NPP for trick here. No more than here. Maybe because as we had the last time, and honorable Dwasser say this government has been tricked and they don't realize it. Instead of focusing and getting the work done. Anytime I say so more fixing bibima or mine, instead of fixing the normal domination NPP, almost say NPP 4 year do saying so they have set their sights on the opposition party instead of getting the work actually done. And see, KPIs, they are more focused on how much more they think they have done more than the NPP than how much impact the Omo Yeno is having on the people. And that is the exact same with the Dumsor situation. Oh, yeni kania o na NPP for ba omo ye de do saying. Na kania mo dudu no NPP for crown so muntina ye dum kania. We na bibi NPP, but the people are suffering. And that's why we are here today. I have listened to all the NDC people and all I tell them is listen, you are falling on your own sword. One kasa one sema okaye me wo energy minister videos mako 9 enkono who said I ranking member for energy.
Yes.
Obi in sema okafa energy sector no wabra no opposition na sansem no ene wa contradicting no ni nyina ba ko kure no wa indifferent. Okaya ka chen say in the first 100 days ECG problems no be solve. Videos in now be oni nyina 100. Me no ka say prosper posty the friend is saying John Jinapo video now or say in the first 100 days of fixing ECG no posty. There are 9 of such videos. One would have expected Senka or Ba Baimuno. Oh, new opportunity by energy minister. No. Immediately obe fixes anima way now. Obi, this country in the past 2 months, I experienced one of the most devastating energy crises ever seen. In fact, the mother of all Dumsor periods, 2013-2016, cry and drew away. Because when we say 2013-2016, no, you say you do mokanya Monday and opa, ebeba Wednesday and numre, and ebeba Tuesday. Like you know a certain schedule. Obi and Nemeno Kasi in the past 2 months. Kaniano, it will do 5 times in a day. 5 times in a day. 5 times. And drop me young lady be running cool store. We're training them in egu. We're training in egu. Me who hospital be a crowd baby. Yes, you want to OPD them. And the last time Ghana experienced something like this was in 2013-2016, where businesses were shutting down, people were losing money because of energy crisis under the same NDC. And they are clueless. And the reason why I make us someone clueless and I say, what's your reasons I want man say someone problem no? Because someone in problem now and come on boss and man say nothing they go through. And yesterday I was listening to your research team and they were spot on. They were spot on. I was listening to them, they were spot on. Obi because Obe Kaya, even when we were in opposition, I used to tell you, when we were in government, I used to tell you, say Ghana, your problem with energy has always been generation. And that doesn't mean say available capacity in the whole. Available capacity in the whole. Nemo Obi, so when you sika and don't fan war. As what generators you now this calibrator for. Who acquire between Yakania, but when this calibrator for la undi kania. That's our problem. That is basically our problem. All the other issues with the technical transmission, distribution challenges in there, Obi, and no going concern. Those are things that, as you are even fixing it today, you are supposed to be preparing for the wear out in the next 10, 15 years or 5 years. In there, won't find your excuse. But the question all Ghanaians should be asking ourselves today is, genuinely, do we really think that this government has really stepped back and tried to find solution? No. They are rather in a hurry to deflect the problem. Omuya in a hurry. Oh, we are fixing it because in the last 8 years there was no such solution. NPP funtia anka 8 years in komu ya anka yambedu baby ebedri. And then the pastor who said do big bar transformers na mu kra na mo say we are fixing no. Eyem na moto mba ile go. Mba ile go. Omo ntre o contract omo ma ya omo to say transformers. Transformers were there, bought by the NPP government. The reason was because it was part of the NPP government friend is saying maintenance program. Obekaya, apart from transformers, there were even other things in Pokwase, Kaswa, bulk supply, BSPs. There were so many other bulk supplies, and I'll take you through it. Maybe data be my Benghazi, and this is what I'm going because I would prefer say there's been a lot of conversation on Dumsor the whole week. I want to focus on the data, and your guys at the
research desk, no,
a lot of work. And most of the things they've spoken of, Obi. This is the previous government investments in the energy sector. Say NDC ni biya be catch say abanda no buy no one year investment biya enuti ne kan ye ndundum ni ade a menfen dia grow. It means that ye nyam free problem na ye wum because on tie problem na se cause of the problem na se ankon kasasa. Obi new generation capacity power fufura abanda be kan ho MPP abide the can generation capacity no 1648 megawatts. Between calm down. Why? Yeah, very intellectual. Very intellectual. Obi 202,520 communities in our buying a connected electric
national grid.
In all, no, by the time you fear Bemun, now you're increasing national electricity access from 84% to 88.85%. Obi street lights are provided across the country 990 kilometers in total. I'm just giving you data. It's important. It's important because you keep hearing them say, "Oh my, 8 years, oh my, Obi, renewable energy 171.8 megawatts. In fact, it was it was 140% growth. In terms of the Ebeto, we increased renewable energy, which is the solar. The friend is saying power generation. You increased it by 140%. Obi, memo breakdown. Power generation did new. AXA Asogli. You had 603 megawatts in a bekan. Sen Power, which is AXA phase 2. You had 490 megawatts in a bekan. Amandi TT2PP. You had 239 megawatts in a bekan. Early Power ye bui solar no early power. You had 161 megawatts in a bekan. Damai and also ye bui solar. You had 79 megawatts in a bekan. VRA4 a solar Calio phase 2. And you had 19 megawatts. And early power expansion 56 megawatts in all 1648. But about Benghazi, okay, great. Benghazi, okay, next page now. And I may come on next page, and any power generation I the bay can hold my body now, Mama breakdown in 2017 particularly no. Yeah, the AXA 188 megawatts, any Asogli power 180 megawatts, any car power 235, and a bar 2017. 2018, yeah, the AXA phase 2, 110 megawatts, Sen Power, boom, 360 megawatts, and a Me Energy, 20 megawatts, in a Becca home. Benghazi, next one, I make a third page, And at 2019, yeah, the TT2P, 7 megawatts, Amandi Power, 203 megawatts, Gensa Energy, 29 megawatts, a Becca home, then a total of 239. 2020, and yeah, they Bui early power, any Bui solar, any VRA solar. In fact, 2019, it was mainly solar. And the Rebecca that was 162, and at Damai Gensa 28 megawatts, and a Bui expansion 41, VRA solar 10, and on the bar 2021, 2023 and a VRA for the Calio phase 2 Becca on 15, and a Bui power floating solar bino. Okay, so Bui power floating solar bino 4 megawatts, and year 19, and at 2024 early power additional tranche 56 megawatts, total 1648 megawatts. Obi, this is the fact. This is the fact. And see, so what is say NDC ni catch say the entire cost out through problem say NPP 8 years no o man fa bibia mbeka ho enti o man investment bia enti energy sector enti na ekodum so it's a lie. Me, I am not so worried about the lies because that is who they are. Me you worried say it tells you say omo nim problem no because it is strange say obi mo de mo ba ban mu nko a na enya dum so Moba Bem Kwao, Obi who said 2013.
But we had outages and Dumsor.
Meba. Obi, men all come there. That's why everybody knows that we 8 years, there were about 5 weeks of power crisis. In fact, I can't even 2 months to election cry, we had it. No, I've said it here severally. 8 years. But Obi, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, yet 2 abandoned energy crisis in 2016. What I say, 8 years, we be what year 8 years, no? The entire 8 years, transformers in a week, in friend is saying money a week, power stations, part of your high rising buildings there, but 8 years we had stable power in this country, except for 5 weeks. I say, when you buy when him say out of the 16 months or so, NDC are buying we have 7 months in your power crisis. The first 5 months in 2025 we had energy crisis and then more kofa Dumsor levy by almost some the koto fuel no mo dey to debt na stabilize ye wura ju na power ni stable ka stabilize ka krape and energy minister say we have fixed the issue, we have stabilized power, you have fixed it, and he say 6 months later you say the same problem no. Obi, in the past 2 months we've had energy crisis. What they call last year 5 and 1 7 months out of your 60 months we've had energy crisis. Now how many months now? Mama to us Obi Benghazi to us. The other ones put their own border. The your friend is saying national electricity access near the NDC. Those are just data for you, for people to just consume. And then go to the transmission grade. Benghazi called transmission grade. No, Obi. They also make a point say NIA best transformers. Transmissions on humanity they haven't been maintained for so many years. The whole of the 8 years they didn't do. Obi, that's a complete palpable lie. 2018. 330 kV. You know much about your ECG. 330 kV Prisia Kumasi transmission line and substation. You are aware was that? Yeah. It was funded by the Korean government. 2018 was also 225 kV Ghana Burkina Faso interconnection project. 2019 Abuazi Prisia 330 kV transmission lines. They were fixed. Obi 2019 was supply improvement to Brekum substation and the transmission line, and also was done March 2019. 2019 330 kV car power ship Abuaze transmission line, and also was done. 2021 330 kV Kumasi Bolgatanga transmission line, and also was done. 2021 Obibekaya Accra Fort Box supply point Pokwase
BSP
580 and also was done. 2022 Volta Achimota Malam 161 kV transmission lines, and also were done. Obi and a 2022 Kaswa substation. Enti so we be catch us say na oma anya hey na ye ne eba be maintenance yes set transformer because I am re humano transmission lines no ye nya transmission losses and technical losses enti ne ye say ya Obi, you are not being fair to the issues because you are gaslighting the people. What you are doing is say the real issues na wo ho na Joy News research team no eka wasem no wo pia hye carpet ase na wakofa nsem a enye nokre ade akatakata problem no so. Now what the NDC government doesn't realize is say you can't do politics with electricity like you can't do politics with fuel. Okay, so mba be mo foforo no first smart oh fuel na ba fam ye siesie no unse na makomo notum because you can't do politics with fuel. What's the last time this NDC dey cap petrol need diesel prices? Because you don't control it. You did nothing to bring it down, nothing, zero to bring it down, because if indeed you did something to bring it down and can see so to be the so you can't do politics with electricity. You can't. So don't come and tell the people say Oshe Nyankopo enim suro nyame say osom bosom so a ohwe obosom enim suro no e ka che Ghana for say the enti aye ko through energy crisis here e wo mu ene yi because of NPP. The same NPP na 8 years omu ja kane and tira so no then e no omu tira so na e kade na nyina so e omabon omu ja kane and tira so 8 years omabon omasa ba 8 years omu ja kane e ba ne say na wo de wo ba ba mu pe na kane no oh the enti ate sa ne say investment aye no sa investment no e na omo mbeto ye nti 8 years no man ye hwe no omo koye no sa ne amana ye mmere omo ma fa hwe anka ho e na me de akere wi now Obi
final
we have
wakasa 25 minutes na da nko na wa
a new 25
minutes
no
o sha say
3 minutes to 6
Obi the day
3 minutes to 6 on this presentation 3 minutes to 6
as power way wa hu abua mantama na ja one kasa
Obi Dr. Roko
ja sempa de etia
Obi Dr. Roko to de ye jana obeja ye nsem no nyina no wa nyina nsem kwa na ebebu
asempetia
Obi wobu bani nyina ewie no the real issues are still there.
Okay,
you are the government of the day.
Very well.
Obi okwa de oba e wutia ye ya to transformers de gu ama odada sebi Obi sebi say NDC for catch here say transformers omu install into the work crisis omu mu ye say nim nyansa Obi transformer ye den e transformer na power no bulk one no wo just step in now this step in that Obi say oh transformer 3000 now oba be install wo Ghana now nim say in the process of the installation of the transformer you would have to cut power. Why do you install the entire country at the same time? If me I know that is not the reason. And that's why I want everybody to listen and pay very close attention to the Joy News research team. Because Obi, the idea it is not the transformers and they say Obi mameka se bitro. And then you install a transformer no pa. Ebi enu to buy and wodum lights. Meti ase. Another one you install a transformer. Say another one who do mechanical. What does that mean? Obi, we all know what transformers are. Transformers are localized. Yes. Transformers are localized. Me transformers see about 50 meters from my house. It is a transformer in your water. Mimi area on kwa nenya light off. It is a unim say ube install me transformer na mami mechanical bedumwa. Ube install me dia na mami and nena mi say be take you 3 days. Do me 3 days na install mami meboa. Na ade na Ghana nyina enya light off at the same time. Ade na mo install 3,000 transformers at the same time. Obi, don't we have more than 3,000 transformers in Ghana?
We have over 20,000 transformers in this.
And see, how is it that you are installing just 3,000 transformers and the whole country is going through an energy crisis? And you want the whole country to believe, say, transformers are we install 3,000 transformers out of over 20,000 transformers in the whole Ghana. Now, maybe Obi, so we install a transformer, ewo bole bamboya. Me amete in kind is legon no if I'm home. Why do I have lights out? Because you are installing a transformer in New Durban South. I just saw. See, these guys, they don't respect us. Obi, and Kauka be frank, but transformer there, ye say a step down, localized. It's installation of a transformer in another community should not affect power in my community unless me PF me fear me who say what the transformer here dey see me fear me sra NDC aban me sra mo minim say ayem hyehyɛ ato mo adwuma no hu so ahopepra kom afoforo mo but obi there are real numbers involved in this Dumsor situation. People are losing money. Ghana pay the whole world ye pay any your maya ye to a Dumsor tax na yesanso enya 24% increase in electricity and so ye ni kanea ye be obi.
I am highly privileged to be delegated by the now President, now Dukumeni Domale Dafiamana, to step into his rather too large shoes to chair this memorable occasion. Your Excellency, your presence here brings to three your visit to this region for same reasons. Thus, to commission a solar power plant here at Kaleo. Your first was in Laura a few years back in 2020, specifically on 10th October 2020. We were all privileged to be part of that commission. Your second was at this same community, Kaleo, to commission the first phase of this solar plant. That brought about 6.5 megawatts of LoRa and 13.08 megawatts at Kaleo here, giving a total of about 19.5 of solar power available to our nation. Your Excellency, today's commissioning will bring further increase to the jurisdictional capacity of solar power in our beloved country, Ghana. We will therefore use this opportunity to thank you in full sum for your deliberate efforts in yet another sector, apart from your success stories in education, rail development, agriculture, among others. This feat chalked will leave your indelible footprints in the energy sector long after your exit as the constitution of our country outlines. On behalf of the chiefs and people of the Upper West region, we say thank you for your siting this solar plant at this community. These will create jobs, meaningful job opportunities for our youths, while adding up to our generational capacity to ameliorate the recent intermittent lightning challenges that the nation has faced. And we Ghanaians will not fail to give it different nomenclatures in this country. On a rather lighter note, Your Excellency, the commissioning of this plant, which I'm told is about 15 megawatts, is going to make the hub of solar energy in Ghana to be based in the Upper West region.
It gives me great pleasure to be here in Kaleo again, this time to commission phase 2 of the 15 megawatt peak solar power plant initiated by the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Kaleo houses some of the most intriguing tourist sites in the country. And today, Kaleo has now registered an indelible footprint in the renewable energy history of the country, being the site for 2 solar power plants with a total installed capacity of 28 megawatt peak. It will be recalled that some 2 years ago, we gathered here to commission the 13 megawatt peak Kaleo solar power plant as part of government's roadmap to position the country as a regional leader in clean and sustainable energy by leveraging its vast natural resource base. I must at the outset applaud the collective energies and sacrifices of the chiefs and people of the Nadoli Kaleo traditional area, upon whose lands these important national facilities have been constructed. I convey our appreciation to the European Union, a steadfast partner of our nation, for its assistance in the development of this project and to the general development of our country. I also extend my sincere appreciation. Apart from this plant, adding 15 megawatts of power to the national electricity grid, it will also improve the quality of power supply in the Upper West region, reduce national of renewable energy, and building a brighter tomorrow for all our citizens. Accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, above our respected chiefs, it is my singular honor and pleasure to declare phase 2 of the 15 megawatt peak solar power plant. And pleasure to declare phase 2 of the 15 megawatt peak solar power plant duly commissioned. May God bless the people of Kaleo, the Upper West region, and us all. And may God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
Say me kind ekuyayo ena ye mind Ghana. Ekura ye mind for all over the years before say ye ba wo ye yama yeso ya ba beto aso. Nene so hwe esa ye mampanyi etuo ye kuyafo so a. Ibi a kire say o man o se da nwene o man ho saa o. Because wo dwene ye man ho a anka kuyafo tietie mu ke bisi ne kwa ye nhye bi de agu akwan mu a e kire say wo kina kuyafo besere. But what do deliberately? I say, "Was said that it will move for a young be more." And ya dear, you queer for any mobility for the next even 3 years. Okay, you man penny idea when she be a demi to halfway because when you go to the Bono side of this country, I've had the opportunity to be there for some time. I realize they have a cashew economy, and that cashew economy, you can for me do Sunyani Kumasi in Krani idea more cashew farms are. Annually, around January, February, there about ya de omukọ omukoti omukashu eye ho adwuma na omunye omusika bi enu bi ne bi di bo omobra bi si omufie eye ade nyina ne go and see how your man panyini ene omakashu economy na collapse wala hwan amakashu economy na collapse ne kashu anu mutono bia 2200 is going for about 800.
Yensan tokra
800 no people are not buying. Na ye bi so cashew no aban be say won ya won te won cashew no omuntwini banku ana so omuntwini mole e fanka banku enne omaye mobo bebre nu anu ansa obenya pa afo mo makote cashew aye ho adwuma ama oba abedru fie no na ka o mabo no na omanyu obi amana anto a na e say aban no aye na adwen say na da asem na tama ye campaign o ka say oba be boa ama cashew nsem no aba be cashew ye be nya cashew authority no na to ni adwempa bia na ye na da e no de gi tumi no tene e be so enwon makuafo say ye campaign na ye ba the Bono enclave na ye mu di nkomo say NPP ni aban a e wo ho no mu a akuafo di yie no na ye no kura na ne ye ka ene ukosa enclave nyina no a adan akese ni adan fefefe wo nkro nkitwom ni ade nyina eye cashew no cashew farmers no ene build all those small villages by now ko no mo some of those who have farms in those enclave omuti asante region in Krani ade most of them have decided say omu go back to the omu ko munchi enkanwuram na no anti move from because wo kwa sika akra ko pen kumase ne Krani sunyane ne ade no wo ko kuma pa afo mo maboa ama aye cashew no adwuma aboa no ahata ye bibia uwie na wonye obi ma ne nto a ne nka wonfo sika ne ntan na nkanwuram. That's how bad this government is deciding to punish or treat akuafo. So this Bono enclave na ye kana no NDC won 11 constituencies because of a true mudi chire akuafo. So they will create a cashew authority. Say the authority for cocoa board. No, they will get an authority for cashew. Say the omo life a better. But just from 2,200, it is coming down to 800. Even 800, no, you can't conform momentum because the government doesn't have any plan. How the bois are lifted the farmers. I'm on money benyam, no money abenyam. I don't know how to just MP. I can't say Bema and Sorin free fee and Cobusian bought a hogun so. And you can phone me Brenoano. They had to even go for loans. And even when you go, who call people say, dear now, one of Casashua, the person has all the and that's what when you say, Cashew, no, I can't remember that. Let's say, we need to speak for them. We need to let the government know. And say, baby, and this fire modules on Bayer, Equiafone say, one bet you command, you could do 2028. No more Boame Buono, a mopedia. To the rock of my bottom kind. I said, you make any I am mobile. Oh, my Bema, I am mobile in Femi and Sa. No, come 1 year. Now they are buying 1 day. About the shame, no lifting prices. Said a better woman, Baji, on Bakai, a bra, NDC are buying a deal or more, a better no here buying. Now, the bank can answer. Now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the president of this country, is here, COSB. Now, Obon Mwabaso said the economy is rebounding and people are investing. Let me say, Papa, you brought from much to what more than a walking kind is here. Now, I say, on a current statement, the writers natural man. It has almost thrown before 2024 elections. Near tried the whole offer really because it's here and you cannot tell us. Yeah, business will come on. Yes, small time businessmen. I capital you cannot tell us that this economy is rebounding. What do you mean cancer some injury? Because you could tell you man of pa could say you mran, you may bet you the number chere. Yet the 2 million better and it has only magazine among for a shark common triple young for cancer markets here. Be not to 1 more their engines, people are repaired and the whooper as I was a trip one so. Drivers call home to spare pass. I would drink one to condemn for no. Drivers are most of the accidents you are experiencing is because of those things. Who the opera do as I was a train one so. The drivers are almost per spare part. This is a book magazine, baby. I told spare parts. They go to the condemned people. No one says we need we need brake pot. We need people are being savaging. This is how bad this economy is. Now we share CEOs. No, Papa, nobody could tell this man say, Papa, and you more the catch economy. It is not rebounding because and human factories near the uncle for year. Media American sachet water production. Because no only who say your technocrats need be now it's me invested because easy kakra. And go and ask them. Say or more mucha sachet water. You cannot increase the price because the big people are not increasing the price. The big people in the industry. Into una we bodo kakra on chain.
Look increase ya.
Won't we increase it? And you can't increase. Meanwhile, production costs increase it because and can you you've had to go and buy a generator. Ufuele. Omo mucha rubber no. Omo increase omo price because and your mom will try rubber now. It's increasing because of electricity overhead costs near the air cost. And see, when you know, first then Kabo Kabusumi be 5,000 and then it's going to 6,000 or 7,000 because electricity costs no are higher. And as a power and as energy cost no are higher because you have to invest in that. Workers no, they are paying high electricity bill. Meanwhile, they are not getting increase in salaries because ni no go and the boss no crowd we na go be laying for off. And your man penny in some of catch CEOs say the economy is rebounding. It's not rebounding because people are more production area
sector no.
They are suffering in silence. And you go and ask them how much they are paying for energy now. You will fear that you say man penny to nkania bomu any idea. They didn't put any yakakra or more production. That is where it is going. Musumi personal no one can near bills or light bills no are funny na nampo sankankania bo ne kosoro no nanka wonya stable power nanka we say oh at least the enabling environment is there and so you can produce more and expensive price better from but that's not what's happening and until now your man penny me say inflation about from or because the dollar that is stable meanwhile prices are increasing so economics we mean tibida Mintel classroom be a mention economics are say one all the indications are stable and some of them are coming down, price will increase. It's only under John Dramani Mahama Memu and the young animal year coso. Nandeba ko yaba ko say medium timetable. Me dan can you 12 hours and near core of 6 hours. That's how it has been for the past about
until personal timetable
and a year okay. And I've encouraged people say we check here about on for timetable in brow because when you say bibia en kanya ndunodum na yeko no ano odi but yeah ya say time so say be so won kanya na mawa me dem say on when say in 30 minutes no after say be so 6 no muntimi so 6 no be 6:30 amaya ye beti ase then some be so 6 no between 6 and 6:30 no muntimi dum be 8 or 10 times because when you do that you get just no say no. You guys say me na nyame mobo bebre say omo e machines akese amoye production when you do that now we send the machine no nkrofo omo for omo adwuma no some of them will be laid off the poverty and ohia ewure fie bebre mu e che say oman no akande a problem. Leadership of this country is a problem and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is not providing the leadership ya de to abama no atro bebre mu din in opposition. Efan Kanian some Mikai, a very Ramachopoku Pompe, energy minister now, ye Dumsi is any idea. There were evidence of work going on. The Nay Kokaya almost say power stations in Wodma. And no Mumma Abaji power stations, no, and our man then Kanian Dundum. You can't be more from Mr. Bokrashi. Maybe say a deep room with Massa catch the view. Maybe a back from catching Yankopon.
Daniel,
the incompetence of this government.
Daniel,
you can never say it's enough.
Checo. I was here, state of Ghana near. Alpha. Nkaniano. So the idea is strong.
Mr. Uncle Fazim Biama. Uncle Fazim Biama, Uncle Fazim Biama.
That's why I'm in Kanya.
Hey. Uncle Fazim Biama, Miss Pacho. Mr. Once I said, be able to be an amish as up and down with him. to who is ano we no what was saying ho no mo what the shekola okwa no wasan on suit cover no na dia she
na dia shem
o dia shem na sa dia say onti we na promuna emunye ntutu ebi on mo na o de she ne free wo do ndi o sa de she nye yebi enti se utiri na se emunye ntutu anu wasan dia she sa anti sa no say da bia mi she we no me penke kan she mu pa kan she ti se na fe na ma she no ma kikan
nanso
onse miniati kwa kan se bebrebe o man panyin dwondramani mahama ene Ghana fo a o mu tie anope yesere no mabedi o man panyin won kira kan nie kakra amanfo ehun wo hawo ewo yenkan yasemu yehun wo hawo ewo yekuaye mu yekuku semu yehun wo hawo ewo galamsia kosuo emu yehu ahaw bebribi emu bia no ebire nipa ahunyase like the prosperity of man no na ede ne bafom what did they make you no the sanyema ni nyina ya ultimately ohia ene ba mpotemu ene omemu so ohia ni sanyema no draw so nipa so a what did they make you na omu feel so pleased untimi hye omu biem ahwe a no man na sumwie ekofom or my beer to question be even including Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. One of the most peaceful country in the whole of Africa. And to Kwaba office say, woman no more north no. I been you almost a feed or mine she almost watch it do. South of Foni did that do. In Punchu nyene conform ho. Inti almost so also mama almost. Rwanda the same thing akofabai. Ebusuya kubi adwene ye omu say there be afide ya hye so achedo
aboroso
what did they make you no enti se uyo mampanyin na wobu o man na pese wo maintain o man ni mpunchu ne nkankura you must be mindful of the way you distribute ohia any yedie ewo man ni mo you need me I don't believe in what is called poverty me nyini the natural state of man is poverty enipa wo mfa hwe ma inti nipa so wan fa hwe ama se unihwe anameboa inti ade a ye ba wiase e ba behwehwe yedi inti se koba ne se nipa no reverse a yes afi de or ko below poverty line afi de hia no de ono wode bae no aboro so ono ho tetoko fom what did them do inti wo chichire o man a se yi wo hia wo se yi yedi o chichire man nye pe what did them do no in order say untimi nya saade no you create an environment na wa manipa nimdie ni nyansa say ono ade bebo ne bla. That is why we believe in conservatism. Wo hwe adekonti America saade nyina ya foku kuaye kuku unim si ya don south nko kuku ifiri bunu eba babespem western part of Ghana ene yedo kuku enti se oti kuku akuafo sika so a wonti wo man Ghana fo nyina sika so wati abusuya kuwo binum esika so ene wo jebi nti wo haw no a yati kuku akuafo sika so no a eni pay su no wonim say it doesn't go to the north, it doesn't affect the northern part of Ghana.
Non-cocoa growing areas no,
it doesn't affect them.
Yeah.
What did they make sure no? Again, electricity ya ene ho aba asem a ya ka Dumsor eku nkrofo nyuma say niema ni nyina no. Fuku, it is happening in the south alone. ECG. Your friend is saying
GRIDCo na.
GRIDCo doesn't supply the north with the electricity.
NETCO.
Your GRIDCo ne one NETCO ne Volta River Authority. And ye chimu and ye Northern Electrification Company near war GRIDCo so was out. I didn't see that GRIDCo nko problem. None power no intimini na so na NETCO die enibi.
ECG one problem.
GRIDCo. Yan change GRIDCo boss nyina. Adindra. That problem is happening in the south. Enti edi na omampanyin bosu obisa no ho say amane bia edi ni pe kwa ho kire mu ebre ya se maako bia no e wo south nko a wo musa no se wo yesa obema nkrofo draw inference say is it because you are from the north and sem na ekoso no enye omampanyin one city up na ọma nipa nyina hu se ọman no eyeye nyina yedia se undumi tu man gold dia na yaba ba chene se o se wiase nsase nyina Ibrahim Mahama tu gold dia na ya ka chene support indigenous companies. Why that difference adentra undumi onye Ghana ni onye indigenous why undumi wo court wa ye ka kire ni se ono no atu asase wakoye yi ama enipa wono no ntumi ekoto asase o de dey mejo wono no nkotu godo de wono no ko mulo mo na no wonu wo tu godo no man ni si ya frɛ wono no boni ni na no wonu ogina wono e di boni ne se omra meti adanse enti a ntumi se ntumi na suma zo nkotu godo no enti wo me suma wo se kobokoro no na kobokoro no wi a no man ya fa wo no a wo do nsa kofa akoro no se brabe gina wo ka kire wo mu se me na musuma wo just because you want to hang me
na mpo osman no de
me de nya no na mehwe whether osman na as osman no boni mi no se nya papa baako nti boni mi no dia why is the guy no wo mulomo a on na ss no manager for the program no wo say ade no wo mulomo no now a witness for the state but not being prosecuted. Nti se oye saa niema ni nyina na kekesi ania na yet say the asen ya wo south wa no what determines say opese wo bre yase the same thing na saa dwembone kro no anu ndi tikoko board unuma de kro ndi tikoko board na empanyimfo mo south wa no no munya omti wo mkoko na koko ni soya ene na yewo source of income enti enu na omude enya sika de solitia enyema na aban eya na so mfaso woni ho nyina no no solitia. That is why they form cocoa board said the be ya omkoko no control price no control wadwen usika timi kodu mo afi no ntua adwem boni no mde cocoa board e na abepem ne ompeso omsan use the same cocoa board no e de breyas. Electricity asema ye kan omo se ehwo na hye ye no eye unprecedented na megawatts about 1000 megawatts of electricity and ya drop because of fire outbreak na ewo no fogo senye entro ne sebe na ada asemi no mpeso mbeka kire ya ejade se obuild turbine amana aye hydro ya the whole unit now building nyina no you mindful say eja betimi atom at one point or the other nti eja to afidie bi mu a no matter the extent of damage no it is easy for engineers to repair because at the time I use machine no na it was at the back of our mind nti it me contingency methodology bi say no matter the fire within 3 days I was see it me record it we say na dey we here
enim the four class eni Dumsor ni
I understand it. I did mechanical engineering.
Okay.
I've been at a Kusi before. Minimum all the mechanism a year no for community do that. One another director of transmission say will be minim Mr. Baka, minim Kwame Awatri, everybody. Minim VR for Papa. Koyi nya could be say VR for feed the fever. Into all those mechanisms na ye contingency. President Kufuor be there 19 useless years and NDC for the Ababet National. There was a force majeure. Hey, you can't force majeure and fire outbreak in your force majeure. Because I know the whole year winning. There was a force majeure. Ensure na kasa voter river na kasa na ni abode dam no so no. Na ensure to ensure na ewe. And no man had control over it. And no na asofo ko na okọ bomb paye no. A situation na ye telling situation eche bibia say NDC for ha woman ni jana bae no ene jana bae no na ensuo na ewe ensuo na tiny turbines no ewe ebi no biem water level no timi drop ya no pa bia samokaya na ye de water level ba bi ensuo na kwa kodo na kwa ma turbines na kwa ama out of 6 na ye adwuma no na mutu pe ni yetimi so 6 ni nyina ebe say no engineer can do anything. It's a Ghana phone you know contain a bucket in the coast you go in Adino. At the same time, no Burkina for also on a mission say almost constructed dam. Oh, Adino Nankasa Kurema. wɔn so wɔn Bota River koro na wɔn so AC dam so and even President Kufuor time no we were able to keep the power on. President Kufuor ema kanea ni timi gyina so ɛno ɛna ma enipa panyini a ɔdwene ɛkɔ nkan ɛka sɛ dabi mame ne West African heads ɛnka yɛ humom na yɛnyɛ the West African gas pipeline. It is on the West African gas pipeline so ɛna ɔmanpanyin mills ɛbɛyɛ ato abo gas. The ato abo gas no na it is connected to the West African gas pipeline. I supply gas from Nigeria.
Kufuor na de buy.
Yes. Because after me who say abra Ghana ankasa ya akoso mbo no abra Ghana ankasa ya akoso mbo no conservatives no soliti because they said say a car na ye ya akoso mbo any bosia ye kwa akobo no at that time it was only vacuum ena na wo ya adwunim say ye pese edi yi na Ghana population ya 5 million anhwe ya ye ntimi ntua sa aka no ye ya akoso mbo ni wie ya ena kofa aka kese beto ye so edi yen na we had believed say e was ye thermal energy and not hydro ye hydro no kwa implement as mo ye hydro ni wie ya na we had to exchange power with Cote d'Ivoire ye kwaje thermal energy free Cote d'Ivoire na ye the hydro akomo wo mo boso so ana ya balance ye ho na ye ti Ghana etu ebo ye ho samana nesi ye ma Cote d'Ivoire for light ya yes adie na ba bepu mu ne yenkoa NPP ni ye ba aban mu a yetimi edi adwene eba edi nkane ni bika ho ye ne ye obui power ana no ye ba solar energy e wo kario ye ne kokoye yenkoa ne ye ba aban ma he ye ne ye ba ye Angomaso Bob Power Supply Station. All those things that people know. We are no one has set of a contempo for and that brother for one can correct. No more better videos. I money. I can try to a California and the forces are you are no more did no more sense of what videos are canceled for actually. Thank you. Campaign, political campaign. Yama more come say. We are catching one more swati. Say. 2028 about we are yekomo no yesramo oban e de wonima wose ya chichire anya political party yankoa NPP ni ya ba aban mu a yetimi edi adwene eba edi nkane ni bika ho ye ne ye obui power ana no ye ba solar energy e wo kario ye ne kokoye yankoa ne ba aban ma he ye ne ba ye Angomaso Bob Power Supply Station. All those things that people know. We are no one has set of a contempo for and that brother for one can correct. No more better videos. I money. I can try to a California and the forces are you are no more did no more sense of what videos are cancelled.
I was with the Mamenchia na memo akwaba na enyumre bo modern say obe like me video yi e de amame na afen so do adwenkyere e de aba na afen so wa share video no ama afoforo so nsan kabi ene ya dumso sa dan ni ya ebe nipa bebre no a ene de wono nsan etene NPP amonyokuo so se wono ba ban mu 2017 na wono mu firi su 2024 de pa ena wo mo eyefa anyina mahoden ho the NDC amonyokuo no yo ye no a ebesi ne wono manfa 1 megawatt korampo en amfa anka ho se ye no kure se enya no kure mbere nkrabia ene be kire bra NPP amonyokuo ba akonwa so no nyame anim no kware ndi se woyɛ amonyosɛm ene bia